We're live from Chevy Chase.
I literally have the best job in the world. It's time for Talk of the Town, and now we're talking my other favorite subject, bourbon.
Yes, Kentucky Senator Bourbon. It's a fine Kentucky bourbon with small batch releases, and we have founder Damon Thayer here to tell us about their 5th release. Hi.
Tam, Lee, it's great to be on your show. I'm so proud of how far you guys have come here in the Lexington media market. I've watched your rise. Really proud and really thrilled to be on the show to talk about Kentucky Senator Bourbon.
Yes, so tell everybody a little bit about it and how long you've been around.
We started the company in 2019. Our first release was in 2021. It's my business partner, Andre Regard, and me. And each release is named after a U.S. Senator from Kentucky.
I love
Which is appropriate.
Yeah.
Because you are a senator.
I am for
Yeah.
5 more months. I'm not running for re-election in the state senate, so I can focus more on horses and bourbon, my
this
two
is way
favorite
more
things.
fun. Way more fun.
Way more
Right.
fun than politics. So we don't have a distillery. We buy sourced bourbon and bottle it and market it. And we're now starting contract distilling, where we'll be working with area distilleries like Castle and Key to make bourbon with them that we will put under the Kentucky Senator release. It's aged bourbon, nothing less than 6 years old, because
nice.
a U.S. Senate term is 6 years.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
This array of bottles here on the table represents our first 5 releases.
Wow.
Our recent release just came out a few weeks ago. It's a 9-year bourbon.
Wow.
It's named for Senator John Brown, who was Kentucky's first U.S. Senator.
Yeah.
He was the congressman from the District of Kentucky when we were part of Virginia.
Wow.
And he sponsored the bill to make Kentucky the 15th state that was signed into law by President George Washington. And then when we became the 15th state in 1792, the legislature made John Brown the first U.S. Senator from Kentucky. He has a historic home in Frankfort that you may have heard of called Liberty Hall, which is on the National Register of Historic Places.
Wow.
All of our bourbon is served at, bottled at 107 proof, which is pretty high proof.
Yes, my husband would approve.
Well, that's good.
He loves the higher proof.
This is a great gift for the bourbon lover in your family, or for you, if you like. We urge people to buy 2 bottles, 1 to collect and 1, of course, to drink.
Well, and that's exactly what we do. We do 1 to collect and then 1 to drink. And so what I think is fun about this is we normally have a segment called History Time with Tam. I think we need to change it to History Time with Bourbon, because you're bringing the bourbon and the history. This is genius, and you're going to do a little tasting for us, right?
So let me pour a little bit for each of us, because it's never too early to start drinking bourbon.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Somewhere it is. It's somewhere it is. I mean, it's 5 hours ahead in Paris right now. So, like I said, 107 proof. This is a 9-year-old bourbon. It has been distilled and aged for 9 years in Kentucky. What do you think of the nose?
I love it.
I think it's got a great nose.
I always say I smell vanilla. That's always the answer I say.
I smell the spices.
You smell the spices.
It is very spicy. It's a rye bourbon, 75% corn, 21% rye, 5% malted barley.
Good job, Tam.
So you got the spices. So cheers.
Cheers to you.
A sláinte.
All right.
And you've won some medals with this.
Yes, the American Spirits Council of Tasters has awarded each of our first 4 releases with gold and platinum awards for taste. We won a double platinum for marketing. They liked our brand and our label. And we'll be submitting this release here for submission to the Ascot Awards again. So hopefully we will win another award. I think this is these 4 here are all the same mash bill.
Okay.
But they're just aged an extra year, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Okay.
And I think I like aged bourbon, and this bourbon has gotten better with age.
Well, I need to add this to the cabinet. It's delicious. It's very smooth for such a higher proof, because that's always the balance, right?
That's right.
Trying to balance a higher proof
and
a smooth drink. So thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome. These our 9-year release is available at Liquor Barn.
Yes.
Perfect.
Justin's House of Bourbon.
Yes.
And liquor stores, bars, and restaurants around Kentucky.
Okay, well, everybody needs to get some.
Very
and thank you. Thank you for your service to the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And we'll be looking for more bourbon from you.
That's the goal.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
All the information for Kentucky Senator Bourbon is up on the screen.